Have you ever find yourself telling a story about certain observation or happening or something you remember from the past, and you can't truly distinguish what was real in that moment and what was your truth in that moment? We usually confuse these two things, and they are not the same. What is true and what is real, it's not the same thing. What is real is reality itself, what is happening in a certain moment. At this moment, I speak, sounds come out of my mouth. They go inside the microphone and they produce, and they get recorded. That's a fact. That's what's happening in this moment. Truth is how aligned I am with what is real. When something happens, do I create meaning or a story about what happened, or just I observe it as it is, as it happened in the moment? And people, and we're all guilty about that, most of the time, we kind of see reality, we observe it, but only through a personal interface, a interface that in the process creates stories and interpretations that distort what is true about us. And more you're close to what is real, more you are aligned with reality, thus more truthful in yourself and the way you interact with what is happening. So, like many times we could create drama or create stories based on this, now on our imagination and projections and everything that happening inside us. And we don't cleanly observe reality. And that's why it's very bad to lie. Because once you see reality and you don't accept reality for what is, you're creating a lie, you're denying your truth. And the moment you're denying your truth, you're misaligning yourself with reality. And because of that, you are suffering and you are confused. The pain that this distortion creates sometimes can bring people to madness. So, my thing here is to, when you observe something, it doesn't matter what happens. Sometimes you lose someone in your life. Sometimes you get rejected by other people. Sometimes you lose something. Sometimes you gain something. Something happens. And your interpretation can distort your truth. So when something happens, when something is in front of you, try to give yourself space. And in that space, you creating clarity of the moment. In that clarity, you see the truth. In that truth, you see close to what is real. I mean, nobody can see reality as a whole. Nobody can see the whole reality. But at least he can see what is true in that moment with the information they have. And I know the pain there. I've personally faced rejections, mishappenings in my life. Like everyone's life hits you more than once, and you start, attacking your identity, attacking your sanity. You start creating meaning so you can feel relief about certain loss or rejection or sadness or something. And you always have to put this meaning on top of that. Like this mean this. This happened because of something bigger than us. We don't know that. To be very fair, we don't know that. But even if something happens and it's bad and you see it clearly and you accept it, I'm not saying that you get rejected or you lose a person and then you start blaming yourself is because of you, and then you create a narrative, a story why this happened. I understand that pain, and it's okay. Grief, it's a very normal thing. It has to be processed. But when you start hating yourself because of that, creating meaning why this situation happened, you start poisoning yourself and you're misaligning yourself from the reality and you're avoiding your truth. So try not to label experiences, not to put meaning on the experiences. Try to accept them, metabolize them inside you through your feelings. And that's the only way to be. It's not a perfect way. You will still hurt. You will still feel pain. You will still feel sadness. You will still feel despair. You will still feel like it's the end of the world. And that's okay. But you will know that this is how you feel now. This is your state at this moment. And it's not permanent. It's just a state based on interaction with reality. Reality, as this, is neutral. It's not evil, it's not good, it just is. Things happen, it's a process, things move. Sometimes they move in your own advantage, sometimes against you, but they move nevertheless. So try to be present when something happens. Take a deep breath, look at the situation. And in that situation, you will find your truth. You will find who you truly are, how you respond to that moment, how you see reality. Do you see it for what it is? Or do you create a story? Do you create a narrative? Do you create an elaborate fantasy about what is happening? Because I've seen in myself many times, when my clarity is completely misaligned for what is happening. And it can be devastating. But it's okay. We're humans. Once you understand that we see reality from distorted lens, but also we have this ability to stop ourselves and give us few seconds to experience this reality directly, to see it, to feel it, So I want to leave you with a question. Ask yourself, but be very honest. Where do you see reality, and what kind of story you are telling yourself about what has happened? Do you have this interpretation of some event, some interaction that you have with someone close to you, or something that happened to you during the day or during the week? Or you see it clearly for what it is without beating yourself up in countless of interpretations, getting stuck on thinking, analyzing, creating fantasies about certain moment. And most of the time, when you see that moment clearly, you will find that everything that you imagine, probably 90 over 90% of the time, it's nothing. It's just a urge for us to control the narrative, to have relief, to have certainty about what is happening. Because without that certainty, we are drifting, we are flowing, we are not stable, and we are deadly afraid of uncertainty. So that's why we have to create these narratives and interfaces between reality and truth. So that's from me. Please, next time when reality hits you and something happens, just take a deep breath and see reality for what it is. Stop trying to control the situation. Stop trying to label the situation. Stop trying to create stories, fantasies about what happened. Just be with it. Be with that. Stay with that uncertainty for a while. And once you stay with that uncertainty, you will discover the truth and you will see reality for what it is.